some lotto?
Oh, my favorite
Shop smarter than smart.
I get a top-up, flow, and digital.
Shop smarter than smart.
Sunday to Sunday.
Open on holidays.
Shop smarter than smart.
So much fresh fruit and produce.
Good quality service. Unlimited parking. All the best products at S-Mart. You get the best prices.
Shop smarter at Smart.
Tune in to Connecting the Dots on National Broadcaster DBS Radio at 9 to 11 a.m. this and every Saturday. Connecting the Dots, CTD, aims to strengthen the connection between Dominicans residing in the lovely Nature Isle and those residing abroad. Join us on radio and social media platforms for the 2-hour CTD experience, which celebrates the achievements of Dominicans. Connecting the Dots. Tune in this Saturday, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. We will solidify the connections we share with Dominicans all over. Hop on board the CTD train and let's strengthen the ties that bind us. Connecting the Dots. Asu Radio DBS.
Creole Habit, hosted by Ambassador Prince Wadix, proudly presents a groundbreaking series of ethnomusicology programs dedicated to uncover the truth about calypso music in the Caribbean. Facilitated by Gordon Henderson, whose extensive musical exploration spans over 50 years across Africa, Europe, and the Caribbean. This series delves into calypso's rich history. Discover how calypso is a genuinely Caribbean creation that has continuously evolved, giving rise to influential styles like Cadas Lipso, especially after Trinidad and Tobago's vibrant contributions up to the 1970s. The series also highlights the enduring importance of the Creole language in calypso and examines bouillon as another unique variation, inviting listeners to consider its place within the genre. Join us as we celebrate and explore the vibrant tapestry of Caribbean music, challenging misconceptions and uncovering its true cultural roots. Premiering Wednesday, April 30, 11 a.m. on DBS Radio, DBS Radio Facebook page and YouTube channel. Don't miss this podcast of epic historical proportions. A Creole Habit and Gordon Henderson production.
DBS News. Fresh in the morning. Eye-opening and balanced. The DBS Morning News starts right now.
This morning's headlines: the first ever compliance summit for close to 100 employees involved in the financial sector ended Friday. New tariffs by the U.S. not likely to affect the Caribbean in the immediate future, and that's according to the ECCB governor. And news from the international scene: the funeral mass of Pope Francis has taken place in the Vatican. Trump and Zelensky pictured inside St. Peter's Basilica. Details of the morning news right after this.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go!
Turn your TV on. Listen to DBS on Digicel TV Channel 50 and Flow TV Channel 951.
DBS News.
Welcome back to the DBS Major Morning News. The director of Dominica's Financial Services Unit, Claudius Lestrade, has described the first ever compliance summit in Dominica a success. The summit, organized by the Cooperative Societies League Limited and Financial Services Unit, brought together close to 100 employees in various fields such as finance, insurance, credit union, banking sector, and other areas. That summit took place at the State House Conference Center. Mr. Lestrade says the summit was timely and will become an annual event.
This is a brainstorm of a few persons, myself, Mr. George, Mr. Belfield from the league, and Miss Nesty. We came up with the idea that we need to bring our compliance personnel, financial institutions, our banks, our legal minds, our experts in the various financial space in a room where we can discuss issues of elementary importance to our financial space. In past years, you would have realized that we've come a long way as a jurisdiction. In 2000, we were blacklisted. We had 14 follow-up reports from the CFATF to get up that listed up to 2014. We've now completed the fourth round mutual evaluation successfully, receiving a rating of 16, 17, 6, and 1, which means we're speaking out of 40 recommendations, 16 being compliant, 17 being partially compliant, and 1 non-compliant rating, which is a tremendous feat for any small jurisdiction like us with limited resources. It's not to toot our horns or celebrate, but to realize that we have done much and there is a lot more to do. And a function like this here is part of what we call sensitization, bringing collectivity, ensuring that the jurisdiction is compliance, because this is an element, this is a requirement in what we do. Compliance is important.
Director of the Financial Services Unit, FSU, Claudius Lestrade, he says the forum has empowered employees of the various financial institutions.
It's okay to say the banks, the credit unions, the insurance companies, the DNFBPs, we speak of the professional businesses, are not doing this, but if they are not aware, how do they do it? And a forum like this brings those experts, those professionals to play, to show them, to teach them, train them, educate them on what they ought to do, what is missing. How can we as a collective get things done? And I think this is an important step in the right direction, bringing the professionals, the experts, the policymakers, the regulators, the FIU, the FSU, the Registry of Companies, the Inland Revenue, the Custom, the Advisory Committee, the compliance officers in one room is magnitude. It is quite, I'm commendable. I mean, and we expect, as this is the first of its kind, but we expect the second, third, and moving forward, we will have, it will grow better. You're bringing close to 100 professionals in one room from around Dominica, and the OECS is quite significant. We had the head of the FSU from Grenada, the head of the FSU from St. Lucia, the director of the FIU from St. Vincent. We have ECCB presence. We have persons from Liberty Credit Union in Anguilla. We have experts from Canada. We have experts from Jamaica. So it speaks volume. It speaks volumes that when we put our minds and our efforts together, we can definitely collate and execute what is rightful for the jurisdiction. This is not an FSU, FIU, or league event. This belongs to the jurisdiction, and we're doing it because we know that compliance is what will take us in the next direction, a safety for our financial space and our financial institution, and we'll continue to push in that direction.
Director of the Financial Services Unit, Claudius Lestrade. One man is in police custody in connection with the death of 42-year-old Daniel Nash Fontaine in Marigot at dawn yesterday. Police confirmed that the man is currently at hospital. Police say Fontaine, the mother of 7 children, is believed to have been killed, and they were in search of the suspect. The incident occurred in a residential area of Marigot yesterday morning. The body of the deceased was pronounced dead on the scene. The suspect's home was also set on fire. DBS News will monitor that story to bring you an update at 1:15. Former National Coordinator of the Sky Youth Program, Jules Pascal, has told young people involved in skills development that they help shape the world. He says the contribution they make to national development should not go unnoticed. Mr. Pascal spoke at the National Vocational Qualification Certificate Award ceremony at Goodwill Parish Hall earlier this week.
Well, I simply want to tell you that as skilled people, you will face similar situations. People will want to tell you that your skill is not so important. People will want to tell you that I'm making more money than you, So that means if I'm making more money than you, then your skill is not that important. And they may want to make you believe that really and truly you should go for another skill. And they may make you even doubt yourself. But it is people like you who shape the world. It is people like you, skilled people, who build the world. For some time, we've had the notion in our society that a person who opted to do skills was a dunce cat, and putting it nicely, unacademically inclined. But I'm grateful and thankful that we are losing this notion. We are putting this behind us. And you here today, you are testament to the fact that they are so wrong. I want to say to you that even though somebody is academically inclined and has gone very well with a master's degree or whatever the case may be, this person doesn't mean that this person is a more valuable person than you.
And that's the former national coordinator of the Sky Youth Program, Jules Pascal. He spoke at the certificate ceremony earlier this week. Minister for Education Octavia Alfred says the National Center for Excellence will greatly enhance skills development in Dominica.
The National Center for Excellence is nearing completion, and we look forward to having the entire country going back to school as we honor the Sustainable Development Goal number 4 by promoting lifelong learning for all. Our intention is to bring the various ministries and agencies with the establishment of this national institution to coordinate on skills needed to align the workforce of the country with the rapid evolving economy. We encourage skills experts, people who are already operating, who wish to be trainers, to speak to the TVET Council. The TVET Council is there in Buffalo State waiting for people to come. You have a place where you're doing welding and you feel you can train people, talk to the TVET Council. They will come and look at your facility and tell you how you need to upgrade. Let them come and look at your facility and tell you how to bring it to standard, because I don't want anybody going to no skills program and wasting their time. Anybody who goes into any skill program now that lasting more than 4 weeks, if you are not getting a national vocational certificate, you're wasting your time. So that is why the people who are offering these skills, you need to talk to the TVET Council so we can look at your module and we can tell you if you just add on it customer service and financial management, that could be a level 1 program.
Minister for Education Octavia Alfred, she says a new program will begin soon to give skilled employees in Dominica the opportunity to receive a certificate.
And the other thing I'm talking to you about now is the people who are already skilled and you're at work. We are finalizing what we call the PLA program so that we can come where you work and assess you on the job and certify you. Because skill training is not a second option. It is a strategic and powerful first choice. It represents a future that is sustainable and full of opportunity. And you, the people who are sitting in front of me, you are that future. Because our people have to be ready. We're tired of people coming out other places and have us doing the work and going in the morning. We have to be ready to serve in the many developmental projects that are presently ongoing. The Ministry of Education highlights the importance of skills training and its role in national development and individual empowerment. We are talking about an international airport is being built. We have a marina, we have a cable car, we have a TVET Center of Excellence, 7 schools under construction, geothermal project, a whole lot of opportunities in the blue and green economy and the digital economy. Who is going to serve? You have to be ready. Otherwise, a person with a certificate going to come and you're going to do the work. You're going to do the work because you can do the work. And the person will give you excellent for your work too. But you'll not get the amount of money you're supposed to get because you're not certified. What happened after Hurricane Maria in Dominica should never happen again.
Minister for Education, Octavia Alfred. The Dominica Association of Teachers, DAT, says the late Kenneth Samuel was a dedicated and proud educator. The late Kenneth Samuel, the first president of the DAT, will be laid to rest on May 10th at 2 o'clock in the village of Marigot.
Even after his retirement, he continued to provide teaching services to anyone who sought willingly or not. He was a stickler for correct English usage. Mr. Samuel served as the first president of the Dominica Association of Teachers and ensured that the association was on a strong footing by getting the association registered. Without the hard work of Mr. Samuel and others with him at the time, we would not be here today. He carried the association through its critical teething years and always attempted to do the association's work by crossing all T's and dotting all I's. Despite his almost Ayatollah approach to executing the work, he was a very approachable person who listened to all members and non-members alike. He was passionate and loved his farming, whether it was bananas, planting, fishing, or poultry farming. He was a very frank and open-handed person, always offering something to anyone who stopped by. The Dominica Association of Teachers offers sincerest condolences to his wife and his children on his passing. May his memory live on and his legacy be always remembered.
And that's the Public Relations Officer of the Dominica Association of Teachers, Juanita Carbon. Of course, the funeral for the late Kenneth Samuel will take place on the 10th of May in Marigot at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Other news this morning, let's head into Salisbury. Voters in that community during the village council elections, they've placed their confidence in Ned Toussaint. Mr. Toussaint amassed 121 votes to top the polls this week. He was followed by Sylvia Vidal, 107 votes, Dirk Frederick, 103, Vincent Langley, 91, while Yvette Scotland and Rich Vidal tied with 5th place on 87 votes. The other candidate, Simon Francis, got 40 votes. 2 religious denominations, along with the President's Charities Foundation, will host an event celebrating the jazz and Creole culture. The event, dubbed Jazz Vespers, will feature a variety of local, regional, and international artists and will take place at the State House grounds today at 7 o'clock.
On the State House grounds, to join us, join Jeremy, Andrew Brathwaite, another from the BVI, and some of our well-known stars here in Dominica. You would have to come to know, to hear, to see our poets, our singers, our sign language people, our readers. We have a mix of clergy persons who are adept at what they do, not just preaching, but singing and giving the spoken word in other expressions. And we'll be in the company of Her Excellency, the President, and her husband, and even Monel will be leading us. So we invite you to come. We can't invite you to dine with us, but we certainly will be clinking glasses with you and offering you some treats. We are grateful for everyone who is purchasing a $125 ticket. And what are you buying the ticket for? The ticket is a contribution to charity. That in our prayers, we not only pray just for us to have a good time, we pray for those who cannot even be there, who cannot even dream of that, to help them. So with the President's Charities Foundation, the Diocese of Roseau and the Bethesda Methodist Church, we have partnered together to have this year's Jazz Vesper.
And that's the Superintendent Minister of the Dominica Circuit of the Methodist Church, Reverend Dr. Keith Lewis. That event on the grounds of the State House at 7 o'clock this evening. Governor of the Eastern Caribbean Central Bank, ECCB, Timothy Antwine, says the economic impact of new tariffs announced by U.S. President Donald Trump is unlikely to be felt in the Caribbean until later this year and into 2026. However, he warned that the Caribbean community CARICOM must take proactive steps to avoid some pressures, particularly by reassessing its dependence on Miami as a key logistics hub. He spoke following a meeting between the Caribbean finance ministers and International Monetary Fund's IMF Western Hemisphere Department, held as part of the IMF and World Bank spring meetings, which run through Friday. According to Antwine, a central concern at the meeting was the high level of uncertainty in the global economic outlook. This comes just one day after the IMF released its latest World Economic Outlook, projecting that economic growth in Latin America and the Caribbean will moderate from 2.4% in 2024 to 2% in 2025 before rebounding to 2.4% in 2026. Finally, this morning, the funeral mass of Pope Francis has taken place in the Vatican, and his coffin is now being taken to the church in Rome, where he'll be buried. Dozens of leaders and dignitaries, including Donald Trump, Volodymyr Zelensky, and Prince William, joined as estimated the 200,000 mourners, with 50,000 inside St. Peter's Square itself. Donald Trump and Zelensky met inside St. Peter's Basilica before the funeral, with the Ukrainians releasing a picture of the conversation. The White House called the 15-minute talk very productive. The leaders are due to hold another meeting after the funeral today. It is 21 minutes after 7 o'clock. That's news. Don't go away. The sports report comes up shortly.
Covering the nation and beyond, DBS Sports Report.
Rudolph Thomas Enterprise in Portsmouth, your suppliers of building materials and hardware products. Over 20 years experience in the business. Rudolph Thomas has lumber and plywood, Portland and tile cement, steel rods, galvanized and fence pipe. And Rudolph Thomas can meet all your wire needs. Galvanized roofing sheets, doors, windows, toilet sets, face basins and bidets. PVC piping, fittings and lattice. Check out Rudolph Thomas for ceramic and vinyl floor and wall tiles, nails, nuts and bolts, paint and painting supplies. And check out their line of electrical and hand tools. And Rudolph Thomas is your one-stop shop for hard-to-find items like fiberglass mat and fiberglass resin and welding rods. Go now to Rudolph Thomas on 1240 Bay Street in Portsmouth.
Exciting news from NBD. We are relocating to a bigger, better, and more modern space. On April 22nd, we will be welcoming you to our Old Street branch, designed with your comfort and convenience in mind. More space for a seamless banking experience, modern facilities, and enhanced services. Now in a brand new space. Please note that our last day of operations at our Bayfront branch will be April 17th, 2025. For more details, contact us at 255-2300 and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. NBD, your partner, your bank.
Let's begin the DBS Morning Sports Report with cricket news. Alec Athanaze hit a blistering 91 not out as the Windward Island Infernos defeated Guyana Rainforest Rangers by 25 runs in the opening match of the West Indies Breakout League at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad yesterday. Athanaze struck 7 sixes and 5 fours in his 51-ball knock to guide the Windward Island Infernos to 166 for 6 in their 20 overs. Dylan Douglas weighed in with 26. Niall Smith took 3 for 28, and Jedian Blades 2 for 34 for Guyana Rainforest Rangers. The Rangers needing 167 to win. They were in a commanding position on 120 for 2, but the batting collapsed and they were restricted to 141 for 9. Kevlon Anderson made 58 and Adrian Sukwa 57. The Windward Island Infernos winning by 25 runs. Well, certainly they are off to a very good start. In another match, Trinidad and Tobago Legions beat Barbados Pelicans by 64 runs. The Trinidad Legions posted 165 for 8 in 20 overs. Joshua James made 39, Gooley 38 not out, and Amir Jangu 32. The Pelicans were dismissed for 101, Naeem Young 33, and Lenico Boucher with 23. Wins for the Police and Dr. Daru Pishley Sports Club Falcons as the DABA Elias Dupuy Memorial Knockout Cup continued Friday night at the Massac Indoor Facility. In Game 1 between Jal Lions and Police Sports Club, the Jal Lions did not show up. The Police won by default and will advance to the next round. In the other match between the Falcons and Dennis Charles Seahawks, Falcons 92, Seahawks 63. For Falcons, Kaifa Francis had 19, Zach Bastian 17, Mishak Dubule 16, Augustus Juliana 10, Kareem Daniel 9, and Yawani Regis with 9. For the Seahawks, Keelan Paul shot 19, Clem Nicholas 14, Emerald Eli 13, and Shaniel Modest 11. Tonight, Trafalgar Prowlers will meet the West Coast Ballers. The winner will advance to play Peebush Super Eagles in the next round. It will be a packed weekend of matches in the National Leagues of the Dominica Football Association this weekend. In the Premier League, a doubleheader is set for today with Maho Soccer Strikers FC taking on East Central FC at the DFA Technical Center in Stock Farm from 4 o'clock, while at 6:30 it will be Southeast FC taking on Pont Michel FC, also at the DFA Technical Center. Tomorrow, Portsmouth Bombers FC will be in action against DSFC from 5 o'clock at the Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth, and Middleham United FC will play We United FC at 5 o'clock at the DFA Technical Center. In the First Division League, South City will take on Derby Boys at the Geneva Playing Field. That match we have is set for 4 o'clock, while at the Almond Park, also at 4 o'clock, Valley United FC will be up against Tarish United. At 6:30, also at the Almond Park, Exodus Football Club will play Warner FC. On Sunday, it will be a doubleheader with Kensborough FC against Naturescape FC at the DFA Technical Center from 4 o'clock. And in La Plaine from 5, LA Stars FC will be up against the Kalinago Warriors FC. Well, yesterday in the Premier League of the Dominica Football Association, the champions, as the premier champions, Central Cooperative Credit Union, Dubla FC, they've opened up a 6-point gap at the top of the points table to kick off this weekend round of matches in the Premier League. They beat Harlem by 2-0 with goals from Shekel St. Mary and Odell Laville. So that's the Central Cooperative Credit Union, Dubla FC, having a good time so far in the Premier League. They won against Harlem last night by 2-0. In the First Division League, Bath Estate came from 2 goals down to earn a draw as they kicked off their campaign to return to the Premier League. They drew with the Mighty Avengers by 3 goals. It's in fact both teams scoring 3 goals. They drew their match 3-3. Let's bring you some more sports this morning. Right, so cricket news. The president of the Dominica Cricket Association, Clement Masler, says the 2025 Dominica Cricket Association National Cooperative Credit Union sponsored Premier League promises to be a great one. The league will get underway today with 3 matches at separate venues.
The league starts off tomorrow. We're hoping that we'll be blessed throughout the tournament with good weather. We see the skies being overcast for today, but hopefully that doesn't affect play in what promises to be a great tournament. The tournament again is being sponsored and bolstered by NCCU, and we at the Dominica Cricket Association is very thankful for the support thus far. And the games would be at Benjamin's Park, the Windsor Park Sports Stadium, and Geneva Playing Field in Granby, where we will have those teams in fierce battle. In our Premier Division, which is the 2-day version, the games will start at 1 on Saturday, bearing in mind that there are many of our players who are gainfully employed and some of them work on Saturdays, so we had to take that shift in condensing the first day and then expanding this Sunday. So on Sunday we would have an excess of 100 overs being bowled, just so that we could get a similar amount of overs in a normal 2-day game. This would allow our players to express themselves, have a greater chance to understand what it takes to spend more time at batting. And the Premier Division is supposed to be a challenge because that's where we select the better players moving forward into our senior national team. And we're just hoping that this league offers us a great looking into some of the new players, new talent that we are hoping that will emerge in those tournaments as we added this year, make it our mandate to ensure that we find avenues to expose our players to greater levels of competition within the region.
And that's Clement Masler, the president of the Dominica Cricket Association. Other sports this morning, in fact, we are staying with the National Premier Cricket League, which gets underway today at 1 o'clock. Defending champions of the Dominica Cricket Association Premier League, Nagico Northern Stars Sports Club, are confident heading into the 2025 national season. The 2025 Dominica Cricket Association National Cooperative Credit Union sponsored Premier League officially kicks off today. The defending champions Nagico Northern Stars Sports Club will be in action against KFC Summit Sports Club at Windsor Park starting today at 1 o'clock.
Yeah, well, we got together a couple of weeks ago. We had a few guys being part of the under-19 setup. So we are confident in our team, the group that we have been able to assemble for this year's competition. As you know, we are the defending champions of the Premier League for 2 consecutive seasons. So we are looking forward to the start of the league against the Summit. We'll be playing at the Windsor Park, and the guys are excited. And we have been looking forward to the start of cricket for a few months now. So we are going out there to play the brand of cricket that we are accustomed to playing.
And that's Kevin James, captain of the Nagico Northern Star Sports Club. Meantime, the captain of Convenience Plus Heaters, Micah Joseph, is hoping his team can put on a better showing from last season. Convenience Plus Heaters will take on Kalinago Blasters at Benjamin's Park in Portsmouth from 1 o'clock today.
The guys have been going out to Portsmouth. We have been doing some a few weeks before the tournament. The guys have been going out to Portsmouth in the indoor facility where we would put in the extra work, just putting our fitness and just getting our iron in the middle using the bowling machines in terms of the upcoming season. So we would do our individual work as well, with extra running, extra skill work. In terms of looking forward to this season, we would like to finish higher from where we finished last season.
And that's the captain of Convenience Plus Heaters, Micah Joseph. The other match starting today, also at 1 o'clock, will be Granby Credit Union Coles against Tremors. That match planned for Granby. Courtney Anselm is the captain of the Granby Credit Union Coles.
My name is Courtney Anselm. I'm the captain for the Granby Credit Union Coles. In terms of preparation, to be honest, there's not much preparation being done. I think fellas have been doing the personal stuff and others were engaged in softball. That's much about it. In terms of coming up against the Tremors here in Granby, I think we are pretty excited. We haven't been playing cricket for the past couple months, hardball cricket. So I think fellas are excited. Yeah, fellas have been keeping in touch, always discussing cricket. So I just feel like in their own space of mind that they're always ready.
Captain of the Granby Credit Union Coles, Courtney Anselm, and the captain of the Tremors team, Tyrone Theophile, says his team is confident ahead of their opening encounter.
Well, as you know, pertinent to the league format has changed from the limited overs version to the 2-day version. So that is something that we as a team have to adapt to.